I saw a creator on here and she was talking about her son and how he uses weaponized incompetence. And she realized that this is something that is a learned behavior. It's not something like they're not stupid or incapable, they just have been taught to be lazy. And I 100% agree. And hats off to you, ma'am, for telling your son no, because that is the start of his development. The reason that these men use weaponized incompetence is because their mothers never told them no. So they think women are not supposed to tell them no. This creates rapists, it creates abusers, it creates people who unalive other people. So she has saved the world from another monster just by telling him no. For context, her son wanted to make pancakes. He, instead of reading the instructions and following the instructions that it says so he can make the pancakes, he wanted his mother to give him step by step instructions of what to do at the most remedial level, as even as annoying as asking what is a skillet. So she was just so overwhelmed that she was just like, no, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this with you. You know what a skillet is. If you don't know, you can go to Google, and I'm not doing this for you. And what makes her different than so many other women is that other women are pick-me's would have did it for him without any questions whatsoever. All right, let me get the skillet. What do you want me to do? I'll do this, I'll do that. And what those pick-me's type of women do is they actually do the task for the boy or for the man. And then the man thinks he can take credit for the work that the woman did already. So in this example, the young boy, I believe he was 12, he would have asked his mom to every step of the way of what to do. And then he would have had her actually physically make the pancakes and then told everyone else that he made the pancakes. The reason that this happens and that pick me women create these type of men is because they center men. So that even includes a young boy. If he has a penis, he's God, and you do everything you can to make his life easier, comfortable, blah, 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 blah. But what they're doing is they're doing everything for him so that he will always have to need his mommy. And if he doesn't need his mommy, he needs a woman, period, because who else is going to do that? Have you ever tried to, have you, see if you could get that 12-year-old boy to try to go manipulate a grown-ass man and see what would happen to him. They know who to do it to. And this is why the men snatch the boys away from the women at a certain age, because they know that what they're capable of and what they'll start to do, which is manipulate you. Her son was trying to manipulate her into making the pancakes, and then he can take all the credit for all the work when he did no mental load, he did no physical work, he didn't do anything but be there. But he's going to take credit and tell people he knows how to make pancakes now. And if you listen to Princella, she talks about the male psyche and how they actually are a parasite, and they come in and looking for a host because they know they can't survive on their own. So they're looking to manipulate someone, and the first person they come out of is the first person that they're going to manipulate. So what he was trying to do was manipulate your brain and break you down to the point where you would do anything for him without even questioning it, without even saying to yourself, like, wait a minute, no, you know this already, you know what you're doing. Like, you weren't supposed to even get there. But the fact that you told him no at 12 means he had 12 years of practice. Because the boys do this at a very young age. They start early on, even at breastfeeding. They want to eat when they want to eat. You have to tell them no very, very early in life. So he actually had 12 years of manipulating you. And then you finally told him no at 12. Some women do not tell their sons no ever. And they're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Still haven't been told the word no. And what that does is it creates a monster, because they start to feel like, well, I know how to manipulate women because I've manipulated my mother. I've gotten her to do my laundry. I've gotten her to get me out of trouble. I've gotten her to make me pancakes. I've gotten her to do my homework. I've gotten her to buy me stuff, even though I have a terrible report card. They manipulate you into doing all those things, and they laugh about them. They know exactly what they're doing, and grown men know what they're doing too. And that's why if it was a grown man in that kitchen with you guys, he would have snatched him up after he asked for that skillet and told him exactly where to find it. And if he didn't go get it and get out of your mother's face, he was gonna beat him up. Because that's what men do. Not in a like child abusive way, but in a I know what you're doing type of way. And it's the same thing with girls. We can be very manipulative. That's why you need a mother and a father in the house. There's a reason that it takes two to make a baby, because you need two to raise that baby. So girls do it too. And girls will manipulate their father out of anything that they want. They'll put on the baby voice and then say, "Daddy, please, can I have this? Can I have that?" And it takes the woman to come in and say, I know exactly what you're doing. No, you're not going to manipulate him into getting your thing. And then women who go out here in the world and they think they can manipulate men is because they manipulated their father. They feel like I have a way to manipulate men. And it's not really that. It's just, you need the opposite sex to maintain the opposite sex. Because if not, they'll take advantage of the one that's weaker. The boy is taking advantage of the mother, and she's psychologically manipulating her and breaking her down to do everything in his life. But a man comes in and he says, "No, you're going to learn to do this stuff yourself, or you're going to have to deal with me." Man. So they usually, out of fear, do said stuff. And a lot of times, like in this instance, this creator, she said, "No, I'm not teaching you this. You know how to make pancakes, like figure it out." But what he'll learn to do is when you tell him no, he'll just go to another woman. He'll go ask his aunt. He'll go ask his grandma. He'll go ask his sister. He'll go ask all these other women to do it for him. And these are the men that we have in society today. They don't want to do anything. They want all the women to do the work while they take all the credit. And this is developed inside the home, starting with mom and not being able to say no. So to all the moms that were in the comments and saying, "Oh, I'm telling my son no, I do the same thing because I refuse to have him grow up to be a woman's problem," kudos to you. We love you for that. We love you for that. Because these pick-me women, they are setting their sons up to be unlocked early. Like early. Because the way the society is today, how frustrated people are, anxiety, debt, finances, someone's going to snap on something. Like, no one has time for mental manipulation and psychological warfare when we're getting it from all angles everywhere else. Someone's going to snap that person's neck. That's dangerous. You're setting them up for a dangerous world. No one has the patience for it, because he's not going to get mommy outside the house. And that's what a father will tell you. I can't allow you to baby him this way because the world will not baby him this way. So ladies, if you got some sons, send them to their father's house, send them with their father, send them with their uncle, send them around some men, and let them do what they do. But you cannot keep doing stuff for them. It's gonna hurt everybody, including you, because when he gets older and he has his physical strength and you tell him no, he could possibly choke you out. He could possibly beat your, I don't know what you can say. Who cares about it? It's gonna harm you really bad. He's gonna beat you to a pulp because you told him no, and he doesn't know how to control his emotions. So you're setting yourself up, to be honest. So be safe. Send your sons with some men, and stop babying them. So I'm at the gym now, but I just wanted to add a story time example to make sense of what I was saying. So, like, when I was younger, my parents, they used to not help me spell stuff, and I used to hate it. It used to drive me nuts, but I would go to them and say, "Hey, Mom, can you tell me how to spell this?" Like, "Dad, can you tell me how to spell that?" Like, doing my homework and stuff. And they just would be like, "Go get the dictionary." I'm like, "Okay, whatever, fine." So, but it just made me realize, like, one, they're not going to do it for me, but two, not only did I learn how to spell the word, but I also learned the definition of the word and how to pronounce the word and how to use the word in a sentence properly, and all of this because they told me no.